We are having so much fun, and we know you're going to love our next guest. His name is Tony Walker, and he is a comedy guy. Comedy cures everything. So.
Absolutely. I had cancer at the age of 32, and I do believe that the laughter and the positive attitude got me through it just as much as the medications did, which led to the comedy troupe that I run called Knockem Comedy. We do dinner theater, murder mysteries, game shows, kid shows. We're not stand-up or anything like that, just comedy shows, variety shows.
You go to restaurants and where else? Like theaters?
Restaurants, private parties, corporate events, fundraisers. Did I say fundraisers?
Fundraisers, firehouse.
The comedy shows, they're murder mysteries, they're audience participation. It's a scripted show because there's clues and hints that have to go out, but it's not a don't blink or you'll miss something. It's not Agatha Christie.
Right.
It's a comedy. It's lighthearted, but one of the characters does get killed,
right.
And then the audience has to figure out who did it and why. And if it's a private party or a corporate event, we personalize it to fit their event.
Now, do you ask the audience for help with the mysteries? Or
Yeah, they solve it.
All by themselves.
Based on what they saw during the show, we even give them a little section where they can interrogate the suspects.
Oh, that's
and,
fun.
So we'll deflect, deny, point fingers at other characters, but everybody makes the rounds throughout the whole room and talks to people.
The show is guaranteed. It's 100% guaranteed fun.
Totally.
Everywhere we go,
always.
Everybody loves that show.
The audience just get so involved, and there's just such a part of the show, and that makes it even better.
Other things that you do aside from mystery.
We do game shows. The game show, we have a podium with lights and buzzers and sounds, and it's basically
Like
a trivia game show, or it could be, again, we ad-lib with that too. So they may want a trivia game show, but if we show up and they're a loud, boisterous group and they're a lot of fun, we could ask them to do funny physical challenges or do some karaoke or whatever, or name that tune, whatever we feel like doing, and they'll be willing to do. We'll take it there.
Yeah. What movie introduced the phrase, "There's no crying in baseball"?
What letter comes after A? Go ahead. B is correct!
Is there a favorite skit that you do that just still cracks you up every time you do it?
We do a lot of audience participation murder mystery shows, comedic murder mystery shows. And there's two shows. We have a mob show. We're in New York. You have to have the mob shows. And we have a redneck wedding, which is just
I have to come see that one.
You're welcome anytime. Anytime. In fact, I even brought
growing
you a
up
shirt.
in St. Louis, Missouri, I have to say, you did?
Oh, of course I did.
Hey!
That you will wear everywhere you go. In fact, I have a whole bunch there. I'm giving one out to everybody.
Everywhere I go. Okay.
That's right.
There you go.
Knockem Comedy.
Oh, that's great.
Can I
Knockem
pretend I'm
Comedy.
drinking something here?
Excellent. Yeah, you can pretend like you're drinking
Thanks.
something.
I'm having fun on the set.
We actually do put water in it when guests ask.
Just
we
not
do. But
this
if you
guest,
if you don't ask ahead of time, wait. This one's full of water. You ready?
Nice.
1, 2, 3. All right. There you go.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Okay, we'll just do that for now.
The Knockem Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sally on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy with those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully you'll get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
Hi, everybody. It is Friday. Yay! Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Podcast, the Knockem Dead Comedy Show on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast on our Twitch channel. Thanks for joining us today. Zach is here, and Jeff is here, and Jake is here. It's going to be a fun show today. Thanks for joining us. Good morning, Carol Miner. Thanks for hanging out with us today. All right. I got something I want to talk about before we get into anything else. Before I talk to any of you guys about anything, I have a story to tell that I want to share.
Share.
Please. Okay. Thank you very much. All right. So, Carol Miner says, she in capital letters, she writes, Zach! With a bunch of exclamation points. I see.
Carol!
Yeah, I see all the comments before. That's delayed up there. So, all right. So, anyway. All right. So, I have a story to tell. Get this out of my way. It's in my way. These are my notes.
Sorry, I was just admiring your whole new setup here. Apparently, it's been a while since I've been here.
You've seen this.
No, I haven't seen this. I haven't seen that. Apparently, you think you're a gamer now?
I'm a gamer, yeah. That's me.
It's all new.
I'm relevant. You've seen all this.
No, this
hasn't been that long since you've been. This has been in here for like a couple of years.
Not with this setup. Usually you're off YouTube reading the comments and...
Yeah.
This is new.
But the YouTube was just... I'm just mirroring off my phone onto that screen.
Yeah, but with this setup looking all like blue and futuristic with the
that's the Twitch feed now.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet, is what I'm saying.
So he was right, and you just couldn't listen. He was right.
He's talking about the whole, like, I thought he was talking about, like, using the screen and stuff. You were talking about Twitch.
It's his first Twitch. Yeah, I know.
I'm old.
This is what I've been dealing with since 7th grade, Zach. 7th grade.
True. He's right. And he still keeps coming back. I don't really understand. I can say that about both of you, actually.
Like a battered wife syndrome.
So, battered wife syndrome. So, all right. So, yesterday, I'm wearing a shirt. I'm the Nassau County PAL Special Needs Unit. I'm the president, okay? And we're running a Toys for Tots program. Collecting toys, we're gonna, because it's Christmas time, and we're gonna, give out toys to the less fortunate. So the Town of Oyster Bay Athletic Center on 107 in Hicksville.
Yeah.
That's where we host a lot of our programs. So that's where we have the Toys for Tots boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yesterday, I was in the building, and it was actually a family affair. Because my daughter works there. Your sister, she works there on Thursdays. So
you know her, right?
Yeah, I think you may know her.
Your daughter's my sister?
She works there on Thursdays, and her mother stopped by to visit. So, and while I happen to be there as well. So the three of us are there. Now our daughter's working, but I'm talking to your mom, and there was a basketball program going on. Not the special needs PAL, like one of the other PALs. I think it was the Hicksville PAL. Actually, was having a basketball program running, right? So all these people are coming in, the players, the parents, the families, whatnot. They're all coming in, and they and I'm talking to Zach's mom, and I see this little girl. Her brother's playing basketball, and she's looking at the Toys for Tots box, and then she yells to him. This girl couldn't be more than 3, and she's yelling to her, "Mommy, mommy, mommy!" And I just had like a weird gut feeling, so I'm just kind of watching, talking to your mom at the same time. The mother's kind of looking around, but then she goes into the gym where the basketball is, right? But the daughter's still out there. Sure enough, not even a minute later, the father comes out, and he's standing by the Toys for Tots box with the daughter. Sure enough, I see him. He's just kind of sifting through. So now I'm really watching, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough, 2 seconds later, here comes the 3-year-old from my view. She comes out from behind the box, and she's carrying look like a board game or something. It's like, you motherfuckers! This guy reached into the box, took something out, and gave it to the kid.
Really?
So your mother's mid-sentence, and I'm like, and I went, like, hang on a second. I actually stopped her, and she got a little flustered. I said, and I had to explain to her. I said, I think they just stole something out of the box. So we're walking over, and as we're walking over, we're passing our daughter. So our daughter, she's with her aide, because she's working there, and the aide helps her.
Yeah.
So I explained to them what's going on too. Now the aide, all of a sudden, she gets all pumped up. I'm like, hang on, this is a special needs thing. We're running the Toys for Tots. I'm the president. I got to handle it. Because she was like ready to get up and go running. So I'm just looking through the box. I'm like, I'm just trying to make sure I saw this right. Like, it was one of those weird things. Like, did I really see this? But and then I look in the gym. Sure enough, there's the game that they took out of the box. I'm like, this is just very strange.
What do you do?
And that was the thing. At first, I'm thinking. At first, I'm like, do I just leave it alone, and just be disgusted by these people, or do I actually say something? I didn't know. I wasn't sure what to do. So I'm just kind of standing there taking it all in. But my daughter's aide, she's getting all pumped up, and she starts to walk towards them. So I had to rush over, and I went to her, and I go, "You're not handling this." She's there working with my daughter. She's not there for any other reason. Plus, again, I'm the guy in charge of this. I'm not going to stand there while my daughter's aide goes walking over.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, I'm going to take care of this. So I go into the gym. The cop that's in charge, John, I forgot his last. He's a Hicksville guy. He graduated 2 years before us. So I went to him first. I said, "You see that family over there?" I go, "Do you know them?" He goes, "Well, not really. I've seen them here. I know their kid, because he plays on the basketball." I go, "But you see this? You see that box?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "You saw the little girl carried it?" He goes, "Actually, I did. She was all excited." I said, "Well, she's all excited because she just got the box." I said, "Her father took it out of the Toys for Tots box." And he looks at me and goes, "That's pretty messed up." I go, "Yeah." I said, "I'm telling you because you're running this basketball program, but I wanted to tell you first because I'm going to them right now to tell them, that this is bullshit." He goes, "Oh, yeah, do what you got to do." I said, "Okay." So I walk over, and now the 3-year-old, she's like climbing the bleachers, like she's off a little bit. So I walk over, I introduce myself. My name is Tony Walker, I'm the SNU president. I said, we're running a Toys for Tots program. I go, I just want to let you know. I said, I'm not going to take this toy away from your daughter. I'm not going to be that guy that's going to, do this detrimental thing to her. I said, but I did see you. I saw you pull it out of the Toys for Tots box. I said, you realize that these are for less fortunate kids, right? He goes, oh, no. We're gonna put it back. And I look at the wife, and she goes, oh yeah, we totally plan on putting it back.
Well, why take it out?
Right. So I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this for shit. I look at the father. I'm giving him like an eye, like you took it out of the box. Now you think I'm stupid. So I give him a look. He actually says to me, he goes, yeah, well, we took it out to teach her a lesson because we are putting it back when we're done. I just went. All right. I just put my hands up. I said, as long as you're putting it back. And he goes, oh, yeah, we're definitely putting it back. I said, all right, that's all I need to know. And I walk away. And the aide, I actually had to pull her away because she stayed there. And she goes, you're definitely putting this away. I was like, all right, come on. So it was just, I just couldn't believe it. It was just the weirdest thing. And then sure enough, my daughter did text me about an hour or so later. These people put the toy back. I was all right, good to know. I guess we scared them.
To teach her a lesson. The kid's 3 years old, maybe?
Right.
So you're just going to upset her and make her cry because she thinks she got something new because she don't understand.
Which is exactly why I didn't buy this bullshit story. They just got nailed and they tried to talk their way out of it.
Yeah.
Which
cheesy.
Yeah.
And did they even look like they were less fortunate themselves?
I'm gonna guess no. I mean, you have to. The PAL programs you have to pay, but they are. I mean, they do help. It is a charitable organization. They do help people in need. I mean, who knows? Who knows? But they didn't look like it to me. Yeah, who's to say?
Right. But I'm sure that's not even like how you go about doing that anyway.
Exactly.
It's not like give a gift, take a gift.
If they're on the list or if they're registered somehow, it gets somebody brings it to you, somebody sets it up. It's not just here's a box, help yourself. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it sounded like they had the attitude of like, oh, I'm entitled to this. Like, I can just do whatever I want.
Absolutely.
Break the rules. Like, doesn't matter.
They got caught. That's all there is to it. They got caught, so they made up some bullshit story. Carol Miner, so short story long, she says. Carol, do you want to fight, Carol? I'll smack you in the face.
I was wondering how long it was going to be too, Carol. I'm with you.
Come on, that's a good story.
It was get you angry. I'm angry now.
Well, yeah, but it had
a little pissed off.
But there's a happy ending to it. They put it back.
I guess.
But I just thought it was an outrageous story that should be shared here. Like I thought it was a crazy thing.
Yeah.
I mean, could you really even say it's a happy story? Because now their kid is like pissed.
Well,
if they just didn't do it to begin with, then it would have just been all happy.
Yeah, well, true.
And then Tony would have had nothing to open a show with.
There you go. See, it's something to talk about. Andrew Fremder, it's called Toys for Tots, not toys for the kids with douchebag parents. Exactly. All right. It's all right. We'll get the better stuff then. So I'm going to start with you there, pal.
Okay.
All right. You know what? I was going to ask you about your trip to the city yesterday, but I'll get to that.
Okay.
But I'm going to ask you first. I'm going to ask you first about Jake.
Jake is my nephew.
Jake is your nephew.
Who has an awesome freaking birthday.
Oh, I do. And it's one, surprisingly, that people forget every year, even though it's the easiest birthday on the planet to remember.
What do you?
Is it Christmas?
No. Mm-mm. I mean, no, that would even be... No, are you ready for this? It's 7777.
Oh, all right. I was going to ask, how do people... What do you mean people forget it? Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be hard to forget.
Yeah.
But Jeff isn't thinking about family. He's not thinking about you on this birthday. Because he thinks it's... Yeah, go ahead.
It is Ringo Starr's birthday.
There you go. Yeah, that's how you remember your own nephew's birthday.
Well, no, when I go, oh, it's Jake's birthday, and then I go, oh, right, it's Ringo's too. So
good cover. All
right.
Yeah. I think you wake up, you go, it's Ringo's birthday. Oh, I think it's also
and Jake lives in the desert.
I do. Now I do. I moved to Palm Springs like a year and a half ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where were you originally? Here?
So I'm originally from the Northern Virginia, D.C. area.
Oh.
And I lived in Jersey for a bit. I lived in Pennsylvania for a bit.
Wow, you've been all over the place.
A little bit, yeah. And then, just about a year and a half ago, the desert. I've never lived in California before. Completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different. More than I bargained for, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's like here, it's expensive.
It's actually even more expensive than here.
It's more expensive.
It's more expensive,
Actually,
which makes me livid because that means that they're charging more for things just for no reason, just because it's Palm Springs. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like there's absolutely. I was telling Jeff here, I work in this Italian restaurant. There is no need for a plate of 6 ravioli to cost $32. There's no need ever. I don't care how good that ravioli
goodness.
is. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
And you're wealthy. That's why you moved there.
No, I am not. No, I am not. Yeah, it's I even have to watch my P's and Q's living out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So, and what brought you out there? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, lots of reasons. I mean, first of all, I'd always kind of just felt like this draw to the West Coast. I just wanted to check it out.
That's cool.
But okay, here's the weird thing too, and I don't know if like it's too early to start bringing up like politics and all that. So I'm from the D.C. area originally, right?
Right.
And even though I was fortunate to live in this really sort of liberal pocket, because it is technically like a red state, there were always like conservative undertones, and I was always like the staunch liberal in my family. So I was like, I got to get out of here. I got to go where it's more liberal and more queer, and I can breathe easy. But then let me tell you, I get there.
Yeah.
And it's too liberal. It's too queer. For me to say that, it's.
I usually say that about Jeff.
Yeah.
He does.
But yeah, no, it's too much. It is way too much.
Really?
Yeah. And this is coming from somebody, like I said, that is always identified as liberal and queer.
Yeah,
so for me to say that, like, it's too much.
Wow. Well, I mean, and I'm with you. I don't want to get too much into politics either, but it is.
But it begs the point that, because we were just talking about it the other day, it's so funny how here you have like the left saying that like, oh, the right gets so crazy with their politics, but so do the left.
Oh,
the left
absolutely,
are just as crazy.
Absolutely, they do.
Oh my gosh.
It does, and I do. While I do feel that there's crazy on both sides, and I do feel that the current climate, we've lost touch with the real issues.
With
it's
reality.
just everybody
is so
just
over dramatized.
They have to stay with their side just to stay with their side, regardless of the topic. But having said that, I do feel that the left, and I do lean mostly left. But I do feel that they've gone a little bit crazy lately. I do.
It's a lot.
And my own. And again, I try not to get too politics on here, but I don't think Biden has done a great job. I don't, and I like the guy, but I don't think he's done a great job.
I think most liberals would agree with you there.
Yeah.
Biden.
And then of course
But you lean left because of your leg.
Well, no, it's the right leg.
Oh,
So I lean to the right.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I had to see that.
When it comes to politics, it's hard for me to argue because I don't have a leg to stand on.
But you know what I'm realizing now too, that I never would have thought that I'd see this coming. I miss rain. I miss cold weather. I miss gray, overcast days. So this week here has been a dream come true for me.
Really?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I say it all the time. I love it here. It's expensive. Long Island has gotten a little on the dumpy side. But I love the change of seasons. I love the people. I love being close to the city. I love being able to come to a place like this and see a show. I love everything about it. I don't see myself ever leaving here. I don't. And I know, and you're a lifelong Hicksville guy. You live in the house you grew up in, and I know even you have discussed getting out of here.
Yeah, considered it.
I don't think I'll ever do it.
You know, an observation that I have about the people here, because I mean, this isn't my first time coming here, but it's been a while since I've been out to Long Island.
Yeah.
I've noticed in all of the places that I live, there is a certain genuineness here from people that you really don't get, at least in the places that I've lived.
Yep.
Yeah, I
you know,
too.
Yeah.
And so what is, and you said nephew, so who?
My sister Helen.
Your sister Helen.
Yeah.
Because you're one of what,
She's
7?
Yeah, baby is 7.
Yeah, that's right. You're the baby.
Yeah, yeah. Jeff's only
7
years older than me.
Yeah, I'm 7 years.
Oh,
old.
is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm just realizing that now. You're not even saying Uncle Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels weird to call him Uncle Jeff.
Yeah, so I guess you don't like discipline him or nothing.
Yeah. No.
That's funny.
No.
So, well, yeah. So youngest is 7. How old is the oldest? Like what? Yeah. So
Barbara
how
is
like
the oldest, and Helen is number 2. Jake's mom is number 2. So I think Barbara's what, 70?
She must be, because I think my mom's 69 now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Must be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Is it weird to have like my mother's 77? So like it's weird to me. Like you have a sister that's close in age to my mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that weird?
No.
No.
No, they don't look their age at all, really.
Yeah.
No,
Because
I would never guess Barbara.
Yeah. Because he was just telling me
Thank
the
God
other
she's
day.
not watching. She'd probably be like, "What the fuck?"
Because he lives in the house that they all grew up in
Right.
still.
Yeah.
And so the other day I was looking around and I was like, so how did it work when everybody lived? Like, how did 7 kids plus 2 parents and a menagerie of pets or whatever live here? And he was saying that by the time he came around, like, most of his older siblings were kind of
gone.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many were around when you were?
Hey, because Barbara got married in 1970 or 71. So.
Yeah, you were a year old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Similar for me because my mother is one of 6, and I lived with my grandmother. From when I was born till I was 12, and my mother still had herself and still 2 siblings plus my own brother still in the house too. So it was crowded.
Yep.
And
crowded house.
Like you grew up in a Levitt house, so it's it's definitely
that was a
crowded.
good band.
Nice, good
Somebody
one.
picked up on it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey now, no, just kidding.
I'm glad you picked up on it. He didn't.
I didn't.
We're
yeah.
like Mr. Musics.
I know. Yeah. So tell me. So you went to the city yesterday.
Yeah.
To commemorate the anniversary.
Yep.
And I mentioned it yesterday on the show. It's weird to me that John Lennon has been gone longer than he was here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now.
wow,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't realize
That's
that.
that's very strange to me.
That's trippy.
And it was kind of it was in the 50s, so it's not a bad.
Yeah, it
wasn't a bad
terrible.
day.
The weather was decent.
So you probably
hung out for we hang out in Strawberry Fields for about an hour.
Oh, that's
at
it. Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got there. We got there kind of late-ish. It was
Yeah.
already- it was getting kinda late.
The whole plans as we were going into the city, the whole plans changed
Yeah, they kept
as we're
changing.
driving
Yeah.
along.
Yeah.
So I figured, we left about 5 o'clock, 5:15 around there.
Okay.
And I said, we'll just bomb in. I'll text my buddy from work who grew up in the Columbus Circle area for, some place to eat. So I figure we'll go in, we'll eat, park in the garage, you just walk down the road to, Then I'm going in and I'm like, I don't know these places he mentioned. He says they're good. But you know what? I'll stick with what I know.
Okay.
Perfect Pint, 45th Street in Times Square. Fucking stupid move.
Why?
I should have took the train.
I mean, Times
I was
Square,
gonna,
first
yeah.
of all.
Well,
so you drove in.
We were driving because
Yeah.
we figured we were gonna go up to the right into the neighborhood of the.
Oh, I
Dakota
see.
And
Yeah.
eat there, and I'll park and eat. And I was like, nah, I'll stick with what we know. Just not thinking.
Yeah, you can't.
About anything else. I said,
Right.
No,
If
we
you're going to
could've-
Times Square, you
we could have
can't
just
drive.
took the train, walked to Times Square, ate, and do what we did anyway. From there was take a taxi down to 72nd and Central Park West.
Right.
So I did leave my car parked in the garage in Times Square. I was, wasn't going to change that, but yeah, I should have thought out the plans a little earlier instead of changing them on the fly.
But you do all this just to go to Strawberry Fields for an hour?
Yeah, why not? Better than not going at all.
Well, all right, I'll give you that.
Hang out, everybody's strumming the guitar. I put a couple of live.
I didn't see
Facebook
them
feeds last night.
See, but that's one of my issues with going to something like that. Like, I can't stand all these Beatle freaks with their guitars who think they're the Beatles and they just start singing. Do you sing? Like, do you stand there and sing?
No, I just listen and
yeah,
tap
see,
my
because
foot.
I know you can't sing, so I
wasn't
don't want to
bad,
hear you.
actually.
I
The
could
people that
fucking
were
sing.
there
He
could
just
sing,
never been here.
actually. It was decent.
Okay.
You liked it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd never been before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you never heard me sing in the car on the way home from work. I could fucking belt shit out.
Yeah, but not good.
It's not leaving that. Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah, go ahead, sing.
No.
Sing first.
Nope,
right
not
now.
doing it.
Do it.
Nope.
I'll give you $1.
Moving on.
Do you sing there, Jake? Do you sing?
I did when I was younger, but my voice isn't great anymore.
Did you join in with any of the Beatles?
Silently
You did, huh?
off to the side by myself, I did. Yeah.
You didn't find it annoying? All these people singing their hearts out, like.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, they actually were all pretty good and in tune, and
Really?
Yeah, they
with
were.
music.
Yeah,
it
even
was
with the harmonies
yeah.
and stuff. It was cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
You've
I
never done it.
get you. Like, so my friends think that I am crazy because I'm actually not a huge fan of going to concerts and live music, and I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me why.
It's a baddie reason. The connection that I usually feel with like a band or an artist is it's a personal one for me. It's private.
Okay.
So when I go to a concert, I don't want to share it with a whole bunch of other fruitcakes who are singing along and adding their own lyrics and, you know, waving their boobies around. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't have a problem with the boobies being waved around.
But then also, I am a sucker for the purest of studio production.
Okay.
And I don't want to go to a concert. I don't want you to make something up off the cuff. I don't want you to change the lyrics last minute and change it from Cincinnati to you know, Florida. You know what I mean? I don't want you pointing the mic towards the audience and singing. I didn't pay $100 a ticket to hear the audience singing. I paid to hear you singing.
Are you one of those that, like, in the middle of a song, like when a guy just, you know, the singer just goes, yeah, like in the middle of the song? Like, are you the one that has to, like make sure he does, like, and you maybe even sing along? You sing along with every little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I would have to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, see, we love concerts, and I love seeing that progression of a song. Like, I love listening to, like, the demos and how it start rehearsals and then the finished product and then see how it grows live. Like, I love that stuff.
Yeah, that stuff is pretty cool.
And I'm a sucker for anything live, really. Live theater, any production. So, yeah, I would love that stuff. So, but that's an interesting...
Yeah, it's
take.
Yeah,
I
it's
never
weird,
heard
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Because
I didn't say weird. I just said interesting.
Well, but it's also like disappointing for me in a way, because there were times where, say, like I grew up listening to somebody, and of course they sound a certain way when they're younger,
right?
And then by the time I see them, they're much older and they don't have like the heft behind their voice anymore.
Well, yeah,
so
Paul McCartney can't sing anymore.
He struggles.
I mean, it's kind of disappointing in a way.
Go.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, but I think it also depends on who we're talking about. Like you just said, you know, I'll still see McCartney. I would too. You can't go wrong with those songs. Like you still have that experience of hearing those anthems in these large arenas.
Yeah.
Like when I've seen Queen twice with Adam Lambert. I am not an Adam Lambert fan. I don't think. I mean, it's hard for anybody to sing like Freddie Mercury.
Well, you know,
but I don't think Lambert does that great of a job. He does an okay job, but when you're there, you're like, wow, this is great. Plus those songs, like, oh my God, these rock and roll anthems.
There's this guy, and I don't remember what his name was. My wife found him on TikTok, and he fucking sounds...
She was speed dating or something?
I don't know, she's speed dating. I didn't get into it. You know, didn't want us to go into a whole different thing. I said, she's going to talk about Freddie Mercury. So this guy sounds just like...
Oh, Mark Martel.
Is that who it is? It's scary. I'm like...
and he looks like him, too.
Yeah. I'm like, why are they not using this guy?
Okay, listen, I'm going to sound like a hypocrite here because I literally just said I don't go to concerts, but the one concert that I happened to go to last year was to see him and his tribute band that he does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the reason why I was okay with this concert was because obviously it's not Freddie Mercury. It's like, he's his own thing. But the venue that we saw it in was a casino sort of arena.
Okay.
So it was very structured. It was very organized. It wasn't like a crazy, free for all. That's the thing too. I need structure with my audiences. I need you to sit down and behave.
Oh my goodness!
I mean? I'm yeah.
You don't get up and
no,
clap
no.
or wow.
But you're right. This guy was incredible.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You close your eyes, you think it's Freddie Mercury.
And he was telling us too, like when he was talking in between the songs, they actually for the movie Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean, clearly they used footage of Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
But for every other little sort of take that they had to do, they used him as like a filler.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hated that movie.
I didn't like it either.
I hated it.
I had such high hopes for it. I was so disappointed.
That's exactly why I hated it. They created this. Freddie has AIDS. Is he going to be able to perform at Live Aid? Like that didn't happen. It flat out didn't happen, and it just pissed me off. This is supposed to be their life story.
Yeah.
Bro, when you like told me about that like this isn't actually the way it went down, like you ruined the movie for me. Like
Sorry.
I can't watch it.
Well, they ruined the movie for you by making it not true.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like I really liked it, and then you told me that, and I was like, well, fuck.
I'm noticing with a lot of these musician biopics that they're doing.
Yeah.
They have this tendency to make a mountain out of a molehill that wasn't there in the first place, or they try to sanitize it and make it too family friendly.
They try to like create this narrative that makes it more like dramatic or something. Like,
they gotta put the Hollywood drama in there
because they want to rope the audience and like that.
Well,
that
right.
to me
I mean,
gets cheesy.
They are trying to make money. It's Hollywood. I mean, but that's
I did like the one line in there though when they were discussing a song with the radio execs. And the executive like, oh, this song is 6 minutes. It's
Right,
too
right.
long. And he said, well, if you think 6 minutes is long, I feel bad for your wife.
Yeah,
I thought
right.
that line
That
was
funny.
hysterical.
That is funny.
And I thought that was good.
Yeah.
I like,
what's that?
Like there's that movie like about McDonald's called The Founder.
Oh, yeah, that's a great movie.
I
But
didn't
like
see that,
it,
actually.
Michael
you can
Keaton,
tell like
good
when you're
movie.
watching it, or at least I assume so, that it's like it's telling the true story because there's no like unnecessary drama. Like there's nothing that feels like it's too like out there. Like it feels like it's all very slow paced, and like it feels like something that actually happened. So I'm just saying I like when they do it like that, and I don't mind like the slow pacedness if it's the true story.
Actually, you want to hear something incredible? Have you guys seen that Weird Al Yankovic movie yet?
No,
I really
I
wanna see
can't
that.
wait to see that movie.
It is fantastic, and let me
Yeah.
tell you what he did right. Because here you have this guy who basically is like America's uncle. Like he can, like
Yep.
he's super squeaky clean, good guy. And I think even he realized like his life story is probably not going to be that interesting. So he gets freaking Harry Potter to play him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
yeah. Right.
And he goes and creates all of these like over the top dramatic scenarios that absolutely never happen.
Yeah.
But it's him in it. I mean, it's
The,
hilarious.
the one thing I heard about is that they make this whole big love story with him and Madonna.
Yes,
which
yeah.
It's just hysterical to me.
It's
I
crazy.
can't wait to see this movie.
It's pretty good, yeah.
That reminds me of like what they did in Blondes, but as if like they're parodying that, because like I heard it was like that, or so much shit they put in that movie that didn't actually happen
Right.
in Marilyn Monroe's life. Like all these things that like they created all these like stories and just nothing of it happened at all. So that's a good idea that
Yeah,
Weird Al
it was
Yankovic's doing.
brilliant.
And that's one of the best concerts I've ever seen. Summer of '87.
Madonna?
No. Summer of '87. Weird Al Yankovic as the opener with the Monkees as the headliner.
Oh, I didn't see
That's
that.
great.
That was, telling you, one of my favorite
You
shows
didn't
ever.
Take me, why?
I
I brought you to cool shit. You didn't.
You did.
You didn't even consider fucking taking me to that.
You I don't know, where were you?
Last week, the movie premiere.
You,
And
dickhead!
then-
I invited you to the movie premiere. You were invited. Yeah, see that? Shut him right
I
up.
might have missed that page.
The Comic Sans, yeah. He was invited and he missed it.
I missed it.
So you have to
Another
come
one.
with me. You have to come with me. January 15th in the city is another one.
January 15th.
Yeah, you can come with me to that
day
one
of the week is
if
that?
you're nice to
Hold
me.
on, hold on, let's
You may have to blow me on the way home.
Oh man, really?
Yeah, we just got lucky. 'Cause
Why do we have to wait
I
till
go
we
to
get
work
home?
after the day after that?
Yes, I know.
It's
Yeah.
15th.
Yep.
Hold on. We're at 22. That's 23.
Andrew Fremder,
Sunday.
genuineness is as in I'll genuinely run you over if you're in my way. In New York, you'll find some homeless people eating out of the garbage, not necessarily because they're hungry, but because New York pizza is just that good.
You can find a lot of crazy stuff in New York City.
Which is why the city's great. There were so many hot chicks in the last U2 show, it gave me a bono. Oh, my goodness.
That's why he's not great.
Carol says she hated it. Carol, what are you talking about the Weird Al movie? Carol?
No, she's probably talking about Bohemian Rhapsody.
Maybe she is. She better be, because you can't hate anything that Weird Al does.
Or maybe
It's
she's
just
just
not
talking
allowed.
about From Does Bono, that she hated it.
Maybe she's just talking about Fremder. Oh, no, she is talking about Weird Al. Okay. No, sorry, Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah,
When did the Weird Al movie come out?
Oh, just a
Like a month ago, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's free too. It's like free on Roku or something like that.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
I'll
Or you,
find
but
it
you
then.
can find it on like any of those streaming
Yeah, I'll
sites.
find
You
it
know?
on one of my
Yeah.
devices at home. Since I cut the cord.
You did finally do
I
it?
cut the fucking cord.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I did too a few years ago, and I
Screwed
don't.
them all.
Yep, I don't miss it at all.
No.
The only thing I take that back. I miss Met games, but
I got a way you could stream that shit.
yeah, well, that's the thing I found. Yeah, I found a way around that.
There's always a way, my brother.
Yes.
Always a way.
Andrew Fremder says the Trans-Siberia Orchestra is the best show you'll ever see. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
That's Al Petrelli's son. That's Al Petrelli.
Al Petrelli, yeah,
That's Petrelli's son, Alan there.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he still there?
On the East Coast one, I believe he is.
Oh, yeah?
Because they'd have an East Coast and a West Coast group,
Yeah,
and I think he pretty much runs it, but he does the East Coast, this side of the
Right.
country.
Oh no, Carol's talking about Weird Al. She says Weird Al way too over the top. It was ridiculous. Well, what did you
That was the
expect
point
with a
of it.
Weird Al movie?
It's supposed to be.
It
Come
sounds
on,
like,
Carol. We
like
liked
a
you 5
parody.
minutes ago.
Well, no, don't mess with Carol.
No.
We won't get the
I love
chocolates.
Carol. I love Carol. I'm only kidding. She knows I'm kidding.
She could
She
be
can see the
saying-
love.
She could be saying like it was too over the top, that it wasn't funny or something. Like it was too much or something.
There's no such thing as too much Weird Al. Just
I mean, I would agree with you.
He is extremely over the top, but that's
But
his persona.
But he's hilarious.
That's his thing.
Fremder, what is that you just said? Oh, it's supposed to be a box? Talking about. No,
Zach is exactly right. What am I right about?
I don't know. Because you're never really right, so I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm always right. You're the one without the right.
Well, that's true.
That's true.
All right. So speaking of movies and speaking of Zach, you got some stuff going on.
I do?
No.
I have stuff?
You have stuff.
I got stuff and things.
Tell us about your stuff and things. So
stuffing things?
Yep.
You're stuffing things.
Yes.
So yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, talking about the movie that you didn't see yet. Is this your first? No, this isn't your first time in here since we premiered it, is it?
Since we premiered Comic Sans,
Yeah.
it's
Is
the
it?
first time
Oh.
in here, yeah.
Well,
Like I said, I haven't seen any of this.
Let's go back to not seeing the Twitch.
Oh, that's true. Okay, all right.
Guy doesn't listen.
He does not
calls
listen.
himself a host. Like,
What'd you say? Get it? Because you said he doesn't listen. Got it.
by the way, Carol, you spelled my name wrong. Zach.
Oh yeah, she says, "Be nice, Jeff. Bucky's is coming soon." She says, "Oh yeah, Carol.
Yes."
She's gonna send us another Bucky's package. Yes. Have you had Bucky's in any of these millions of places you've lived?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Oh man.
They're chocolates.
Bucky's is like it's almost like a 7-Eleven.
Okay.
But it's like a really nice 7-Eleven or a nice Wawa. But they sell clothes and they have like little restaurants and stuff. But yeah, they have they sell chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the best chocolate you'll ever have in your life.
I've never even heard of it.
It's unbelievable, right?
Giant Reese's peanut butter.
Oh,
well, that's the one I shared with you.
One of them, yeah, that's one. I shared.
They have just milk chocolate by itself, milk chocolate with peanut butter, all these different variations. But I'm limited with what I'm weird with my
food intake.
Yes. So I only like the milk chocolate by itself or with the peanut butter. So Carol's been nice enough to send me both because she lives in Texas. She's an old friend who lives in Texas, so she sends it up occasionally.
And I take it they have it out in Texas.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of it.
It's
That's
real
crazy.
real peanut butter inside this thing. Real peanut butter. It's not like a Reese's peanut butter cup,
yeah.
which I love. But this thing takes it to a whole new level.
Yeah,
it's a completely different level.
Unbelievable, unbelievable.
Yeah, the Reese's got like that fake peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I don't mind it. I like a good Reese's, but that thing was just. Whew.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have to be nice to Carol.
Okay.
Because we need the Buckies.
We love Carol.
All right, Carol, you can spell my name with the K anytime you want.
Yeah, we don't want to piss Carol off. All right, so we had the Comic Sans premiere that went very well.
Yes, it did. It was fun. It was a fun night. Joey Cola was funny.
Joey Cole was funny. Carrie Karavis was hilarious. Yes. Don just posted a video the other day from behind the scenes of the movie. I don't know if you saw this. He posted, it's the scene down in the gig room where Jeff and Shari and Joey, they peeked their heads out from,
Okay. I wasn't there for that.
You were because...
I wasn't.
You were because it's you saying, and action. Look, go on Instagram right now.
Wasn't that filmed the day that I wasn't there, though?
No. The day we were filming the club scene, you weren't there for.
Yeah, but I thought it was... Wait, so what was... Because you guys were filming the club scene, but you shot a scene before that as well.
No.
So I thought it was that scene that I wasn't...
Did we shot a scene before that?
Yeah, there was one scene that you shot before that I wasn't there for.
I don't... maybe, but...
I could have sworn...
No, but the day they were peeking their heads through to watch the big argument at the end, you were there for that.
I thought that was...
It's on Instagram, and we hear... Okay. And, well, that's why I brought it up, because it was a proud father moment.
Okay.
To hear you saying, and action. And then they start. I just thought that was cool.
You probably weren't there when they filmed his nude scene.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, I'm glad I wasn't there for that.
Nobody was there. I was by myself.
How often you find yourself like that, right?
I film that scene every morning.
No, that's in the private cut of the film between you and Don, right? The one only you guys watch. Right?
Yes. Yeah. Me and Don made that scene together. Yeah.
Don, you've been added.
Okay, get the stone cock.
So we had the premiere that went very well, had a great reception. It was a great night. And then, 3 days later, you had another premiere
for a movie you worked on.
I had another premiere. It technically wasn't a premiere. It was just more like another showing. I actually missed the premiere, but it was for the movie Santa's Second Wife.
Santa. Now I got an issue with this though. Santa's second wife. That's like kind of sacrilegious, isn't it?
Here's the thing. He gets a new Mrs. Claus because the original Mrs. Claus was like being too diva-ish. So he goes out and he finds a better Mrs. Claus that's nicer to him. Like the Mrs. Claus at the beginning of this film, she doesn't want him to be Santa Claus. She's like, "This is too cheesy. You're being too nice to the children. I want you to be hard."
That's what she said.
You're right.
I didn't mean like that, but yeah. So yeah, he gets
so he gets divorced.
Yeah, he goes
Or
and finds
is it like
himself
a
new
sister
bitch.
wives situation?
Yeah.
Well, it's not the South Pole.
Right.
It's a fun, Christmas movie. Some
Yeah,
kids,
people
family.
getting Santa Claus getting divorced. That's a fun Christmas movie.
It's not
Bring
him
the
getting
kids.
divorced. It's him getting a new marriage.
second wife, yeah.
Him
All right.
getting out of a toxic relationship and into a good one.
All right.
Something that could actually be very beneficial to family.
Oh.
Wow.
I wasn't.
Damn.
Oh my goodness.
Just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Moving on.
So there was a premiere.
Yeah, there was a premiere. I missed the premiere, but I went to see the showing.
But there was all right. There was a premiere in Connecticut, right?
Yes,
All
it
right,
was
so-
a very big. I wish I could have gone.
But you made it
Yeah.
to the Long Island premiere.
Yes, which is still very fun.
Yeah, of course.
I was very glad to see it. And now, in the Coram Movie Lands Cinemas, I think it's called, it's going to be playing from today to 12/16, which I believe is a week from today.
That would be correct.
Yeah. Yep.
From today for the next
Yeah.
week, it'll be playing in the cinemas. I was the assistant director on it. Anyone listening to this should definitely go see it if you have the time.
So yeah, Coram. For those of you not familiar, Coram is half hour, 45 minutes east of us, pretty much directly east,
Yeah.
almost.
It's like the Suffolk.
So there's a movie theater there in Coram, and they're playing the movie for the next week, starting today.
Oh, okay, Coram. I was thinking Comac Cinemas for some reason. Off the LIE, my brain.
Oh,
card.
okay.
Coram.
Yeah,
Coram. All right.
Coram Movie
but
Land
it's even further.
Cinemas. You would get tickets on Fandango, so I don't know if I should send you the link.
Tickets on Fandango.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you should. Are you on Twitch? You should just put the link in the comments.
I'm not on Twitch.
You're not on Twitch.
I've never joined it.
But you're 22 years old. I thought every 22. I thought you couldn't be in your 20s without being on Twitch.
No.
Unless you're living under a rock and are a loser with no friends.
Fremda says the original Mrs. Claus was working the pole while he was gone.
No wonder.
Yep. I see, but that's a reason to keep her if she's working the pole. All right. Well, I'm
gonna figure out a way to get this link to you.
So I gotta try and go see it. So, and what's the plan with the movie after this week? Will we see it on?
I'm sure it'll be airing somewhere. I don't know, because I'm not the one who's making all the deals and all that. That would be the director Candace Kane, who's keeping track of.
Candace Kane is the director?
Yes.
Oh,
Why
wow.
do you know of?
I mean, Candace Kane is in the trans woman Candace Kane?
No.
No, then never mind. This is a different Candace Kane. Okay.
At least not that I know of.
Okay, I was like,
maybe
wow,
you
I
just
didn't know
don't
she was
know.
directing. Okay, yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure she's not.
Maybe you just don't know.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, no, she's been making films in the industry since 2015. I know she's been an actress in it since she was 7. So.
And
yeah.
what did you do in this movie again?
I was the assistant director. So
Nice.
I was right under her basically. Her second in command, or whatever you call it. Her right hand man. That's what she
You were
calls
her
it.
Dwight Schrute.
Troy.
You know Dwight Schrute? You were her Dwight Schrute from The Office.
I had a feeling it's from The Office. I've never seen it,
Dude,
but my
that
girlfriend's
show is
always
just-
watched it. She loves The
show's
Office.
hysterical. You got to watch it. It's absolutely hysterical.
I know. Yeah, I've seen scenes. It looks good. That's John Krasinski's character.
Yeah,
right? That's Dwight?
John Krasinski is
he's
like his nemesis.
Right. Yeah, Dwight's the other guy with the glasses.
Yeah,
I forget his name.
Oh my god, I can't think of it.
Ed.
No, not Ed Helms. That's Andy on the show.
Wait,
Dwight
Rainn
Schrute.
Wilson.
Rainn Wilson.
Rainn
Thank you,
Wilson.
That's it. Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
So that's cool. You have a movie playing in the theaters.
Yeah, a film that I was assistant
That's
director
awesome.
on.
That
in
is
the
cool.
theaters.
Absolutely.
Whole week. Yeah.
Are you going back to see it?
Yeah, I'm definitely going this week to see it at some point. Because I want to. I don't want to support.
Yeah, of course.
That's why I'm saying it here. Trying to support.
Candace. So Candace is, would you say her most popular thing is the TV show on PureFlix? Which you also work on.
Yeah,
PureFlix is a faith-based streaming service, and their number one rated TV show. This woman Candace works
cool.
on. Zach, you're the AD on that too, right?
Well, so when Welcome to Hope, when I started on that, that's when I first started working with Candace. So I started as like the intern PA, and then what was that?
That was my phone.
You got a text message?
That is my. That's the ringtone for when you text me. So did you just text me?
I texted you like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, it just came through. And it just came through again, apparently.
So the number one thing that we always remember when we're on set and doing a take is to silence our phones. And this is your show.
Yep. Zach, as you can see, what is mine on?
Yeah, Jeff even told me to silence my phone before
I told Jake in the parking lot, is your phone on silent?
My phone is on silent.
I turned.
You see, when you see the orange button here, when it looks orange,
My phone is on silent. It's right here. That was what you heard was my iPad. I
so
forgot to turn
your
that
iPad's
off.
not on silent.
No.
Even
Alright,
my
so
fart up on the
regardless.
radio was turned off. I mean,
I remembered the phone. I forgot about the iPad.
Ah, you stink. okay.
I really thought he was more professional.
Yeah.
You've been here a number of times.
I know what I was
better.
thinking. Yeah, I'm full of shit.
Fun facts about movies is that Quentin Tarantino doesn't even allow phones on his set. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I heard that he can be a little strict. I heard that what's his name, Scorsese is a little strict too. But yeah, so I started as a PA intern on Welcome to Hope, and then eventually there was something. Yeah, she cycled through a few ADs on that. Like my second day there, like she got rid of an AD, and then there was also another AD that eventually she got rid of. AD is the assistant director.
Yeah.
But there was one that she kept on throughout like the whole thing. So then I was promoted to a second AD, being under the other girl, and then after
He's
that,
under a lot of girls.
To be young again.
So then after that, Candace hired me as her first for like the next 4 movies. Like we just finished like the 4th movie that I've been her AD for. So we're starting the 5th one in January. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah. Very cool. Absolutely.
Yeah, and she just recently has been really praising your work.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the gift or no?
Sure. Yeah. So the other day we wrapped production on our latest. It's a film called Christmas for 3. She makes a lot of Christmas movies. We wrapped production on that, and then she was holding a meeting after for the crew, and she was telling a story. Actually, has everyone here heard of the movie U.S. Marshals?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she was actually telling us that that's where she started out. Like, she was acting since she was 7, but when she started doing like film work, like where I started as a PA, I believe she said it was as a PA. She was on U.S. Marshals, and she stole the director's chair because, I mean, I guess I don't think it matters what I say, but apparently like there was just like a whole like the production was just very like crazy from what I heard. So she took the chair, and then she gave it like she was telling us the other day that like it's a big thing for her to like make sure that she has the respect of her crew, and then also respects her crew, and like just like that mutual respect thing, and that like for her, she would want to make sure that instead of someone like disrespecting the crew and stealing the chair, like that she'd rather like gift the chair to someone who's starting out. So she basically gave me the chair.
Nice.
And
oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's dynamite.
And I think I think she's trying to help me work my way up to the director level. So yeah, it was really cool.
So when
gift
you
and-
are a big hot shot director someday, are you going to gift somebody your chair?
Maybe.
I think that'd be pretty
We'll
cool.
see.
Yeah.
You know, if there's
It's a good
someone,
idea.
Yeah, like why not? Like keep up with the tradition. You know.
Yeah, that's
I'd
cool.
do it.
That's cool. I mean, she's got some mad confidence in your abilities, which is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
She
Right.
respects you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be working with her and to have like this kind of partnership thing going with her.
Yeah.
You know?
Exciting stuff.
Learn everything you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially in that business, you gotta network your ass off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
So that's cool, man. Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Good work.
Very nice.
Absolutely.
Cool. So all right. So what else we got? So what are you guys? Are you up for an occasion, or you just felt like visiting?
Oh, that's a whole story right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not to air all of our dirty laundry, but no, I have not been up here to see my family in 18 years.
18 years.
Yeah.
Well,
and it did not seem that long at all, honestly.
So has it been 18 years since you two have seen each
Yeah.
other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Now, but is the bulk of your family still here?
No, not really.
Yeah, that's why I asked. I didn't think
it's
so.
only me, Barbara, and my brother Raymond that are still here in the island.
Right.
That's it.
So,
But I haven't seen any of my family in 18 years.
oh, any of your family? Oh, so there was a squabble.
I mean, not with me. But,
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, like so my mom, I guess, has always been kind of like the weirdish black sheep of the family, and yeah, she,
Wow.
yeah, that's like I said, that's a whole podcast in and of itself. But no, I don't know, the way that she raised me with the family, it made us sort of estranged.
Oh, okay.
And as I grew into an older person, I just kind of had this sense of like, I don't need family, who cares? But, now that I'm in my 40s, I'm having this like midlife crisis where I'm like, I'm alone, So yeah, so I just finally was like, I need to get it together. I need to reach out and find out like who my family are, who my roots are, so.
And so, all right. So then after, and you've been here, you've been visiting how long now?
It's tomorrow I leave actually, so it's been a week. Yeah.
A week?
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how long were you here before you decided, wow, I was right. These people are fucked up. I can't wait to get home.
No, that's that's the thing. Like my mom is, like I said, not well, it's not like she's listening to this.
No,
But no,
Nope, she's definitely not.
Yeah, no, I mean, like my mom was the one that always planted these ideas in my head that like your family's crazy, they're terrible, like your grandma's psycho.
Oh,
which
wow.
I mean, I don't know, that might, I don't know, yeah. But yeah, so but no, she even like poisoned me against my own dad, and because of that I never got to meet him in person before he died.
Oh, no
And
kidding.
then I come to find out he was actually one of the nicest guys alive. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, so
Oh, that's
kinda-
awful.
Yeah, so I'm kind of starting to realize that maybe mom's not reliable when it comes to like people's character. So
Holy
so yeah,
cow.
so I'm taking it upon myself to reach out and try to meet as many people as I can. And
All right, but 18 years, so you weren't a kid.
no,
So you knew everybody already.
I did, but I feel like unless you like grow up with people, I feel like you don't really have that connection,
Yeah.
And like I said, I was getting older and I found myself kind of going in the same direction as my mom, becoming this kind of like loner recluse that doesn't need people. And
Yeah.
and I mean, not to make it all sound like a Hallmark Christmas movie, but like I really do feel like I'm the story where I come back to the hometown and I realize what the true meaning of Christmas and love is, and that I need people.
And that's what we do. We can film that for you.
I mean, no, that's what I'm saying.
That's literally what we do. We do Hallmark Christmas movies.
Another movie in the works.
But no, I mean, not to sound cheesy, but like I haven't really celebrated Christmas for myself or put up like a big real tree in years. And the other
Wow.
day, like the family's like, let's go to Christmas tree, let's decorate, let's have the Christmas fire, and like
Yeah,
I mean.
yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that like I needed this. This is what's been missing from my life.
Well, I said that to Mary
yeah.
too. I said, she goes, when do you want to do the tree? I said, we'll do the tree when Jake's here.
yeah,
She
it
just
was
wasn't
nice.
even
It was
question.
nice.
She goes, you know what? That's right. That's a good idea. I said, yeah, we'll do. That's when we'll do it. Not before, not after. So when Jake's here, we'll go get one together.
And you knew that, like I guess you knew that's why Jake was coming to kind of
Reconnect with
reconnect. So
everybody.
so you were.
I mean,
like-
we always kept in touch.
Oh, you did?
It was always
Sporadically
just like
through-
sporadic
through
texts,
messaging,
like,
here
yeah.
and there.
Right,
Always,
right.
birthday, whatever,
Yeah.
So it wasn't like we lost contact,
So all
per
right,
se.
and without getting terribly personal, but I guess you don't talk to your sister, his mom.
My
I
mom
guess?
doesn't talk to
try.
anybody. My mom
Yeah,
doesn't talk
she-
to anybody.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like
okay.
the only one she is Facebook friends with.
Really?
She didn't accept. And I don't remember who offered who's first, but I don't know. I guess she's a little off. We don't know why.
Yeah, I'm realizing now as like a grown adult being in therapy myself, I'm realizing that I think my mom might have like some mental health issues and like personality disorders that she's never dealt
Something's
with.
going on.
Wow.
Something's going on there. Not sure what, but.
Brothers and sisters, or no? No. Okay.
Nope.
Wow.
So yeah, like I said, it was only really just me and mom, and she kind of raised me to have this mentality of like, people suck, you don't need anybody, like take care of yourself first, which I have, and it's done me well up until this point. But then, like I said, you get to a point where you realize I have nobody.
Yeah.
And it's really lonely.
Wow. So this is. Wow, we picked the
We're
right
getting
time.
deep here.
Yeah, but it's the perfect time of the year to have this conversation.
Absolutely.
Wow, I think even was it last Christmas? I think it was right. I think it was last year around this time. We had a girl on here who was adopted. She was yes, it was 2 Christmases ago. She was adopted, but and had a good life, very good family and whatnot. She had no idea about her real parents. She knew nothing. Christmas of 2020, she gets an email from Ancestry saying that they found some matches, and before she could even do anything about it, one of the matches was a brother, and he contacted her on Christmas, told her that there were 3 other siblings that he's already found, so now they found her. And then once they all got together, only to find out that there's more. There's a total of 10.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
And now they're all in touch. And I don't remember if it was all of them or some of them, but most of them, if not all of them, have some kind of a music ability. Mm-hmm. So they've gotten. I don't think all 10 have gotten together yet, but a few of them have gotten together in mixed variations, and they'll play music together. They'll sing together. Mm-hmm. Like it turned out again, like a true Christmas Hallmark story.
Yeah.
It's.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. And another thing, too, like, again, not to sound cheesy, and I didn't even tell you and Mary this, but so on Monday, I actually went into the city by myself just to, like, walk around because it'd been a while since I'd, gotten to go downtown. And usually that's my thing. Like, I like traveling alone. I like eating alone. I like going out to eat alone, but I'm walking around this time. And, like I said, I walked by Rockefeller. I went to that art exhibit, all this stuff. And it was fine, but I couldn't help but look around at everybody and think, this would be a lot cooler if I had people here with me that I cared about.
Yeah.
And, I keep saying not to sound cheesy, but it's like I finally understand for once in my life, like, why that connection with other people is so important. Like, I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it why people have families, even though they drive them crazy half the time. You know what I mean? Because to have nobody, like, it is lonelier than I want to admit. And that's the thing too. I never wanted to admit that I was lonely because I was like, I'm independent. I don't need anybody.
Right.
But yeah, it's lonely.
All right. So we have about a half hour left of the show. Should we play like Dial a Date for you or something?
I mean, hello. Well, that's the thing too. Like I've only had like one person that I've dated pretty much my entire adult life because same mentality. I'm like, I don't want to get tied down. I don't need anybody. But yeah, I'm kind of starting to realize, maybe there's something to this.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Well, and you picked the right family because Mary is fantastic.
Oh, I connected with her like right
yeah.
away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She is the best.
And then Jeff, I'm gonna be honest with you two here. So I am not a kid person. I'm not a teenager person. So when I realized I was
that's why they found Gracie tied up in her room.
Well, so when I knew I was gonna be spending the week here with like Gracie and Sophia, I had no idea what to expect. I was like, oh my god, am I gonna be annoyed? Am I gonna want to throttle them? Like I have no idea. But no, I even connected with them like right off the bat.
Nice.
Yeah, Gracie even opened up to you fast.
Yeah,
Gracie
like,
doesn't open up to anyone.
Like,
is that right?
Telling me that like she's kind of off, quiet and standoffish.
Well, when we were kids, that was you. You were a quiet guy.
Yeah, but I guess I was quiet, but
you were quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, but she was like just too. It was too like people would say hi, and it's like she'd be like,
"Oh yeah,"
it's like say hi,
right,
like, come on. So, but yeah, she opened up fast,
and that just kind of shows me too. I think there is something to be said about how, no matter how much time has passed, or even if you don't even know each other, like there is something to be said about some kind of like family bond that's there, whether you like it or not.
Right. Right. Whose idea was it to come visit and stay with Jeff?
I think
we
I
were
was
just talking about
I
texting
mean,
about it, and I was
we've been saying for years that I need to visit, but we just never made it happen.
Yeah.
And so then actually, truth be told, I was I was actually able to find my dad's sister this summer. I didn't even know she existed. But I found her. Now, I mean, like I said, my dad passed away a few years ago.
Right.
So she was the one that was like, "Oh, you should come out to Long Island to visit sometime, and we can meet each other, and I can tell you about your dad."
Oh, that's cool.
And then we realized that she lives a couple of towns over from where Jeff and everybody lives. So I was like, "Hey, let's make it one big like family reunion type thing."
Oh, okay.
But then 3 weeks before I'm supposed to come out, then all of a sudden, "Oh, I can't meet you anymore. I'm sorry."
The sister.
Yeah. So that was kind of disappointing.
No idea why?
So I mean, something about like family obligations. She doesn't have time. And here I'm thinking like, I just, flew 3,000 miles to see you. You can't even give me 10 minutes. Like,
oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, like,
oh, that's too bad.
Loser.
But it's okay because I got more time with these knuckleheads
Yeah,
over
right.
here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Did you know his father at all?
Yes, I remember him vaguely because I was,
right.
I was little too. I mean, I was 7 when Jake was born. So, but I remember him. And I remember him as a nice guy. I remember, my sister Helen and Pete, that was his name, taking me somewhere. Where I don't know, but I just remember, because I was like I think I was like Helen's favorite brother, and now, but he was a nice guy from what I remember. But, I don't live with him.
Well, and actually, you want to hear something kooky? I was talking earlier about how like I'm a sucker for sound production. I only just found out very recently that my dad's main job for most of his life was working as a sound engineer with music.
Oh, no
musicians.
kidding.
So like it's just crazy how like that
that's
kind
weird.
of
Yeah.
apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
I'm retired from the phone company, and I just found out maybe 15 years ago or so that my father was also a lineman for the phone company at one time.
Crazy,
And
yeah.
never
never
found out about your father. Well, I believe it was either your father or your father's father. He was in the film industry.
My father's father was he was an actor. I don't know if he was in the film industry.
Grandma told me he was in the film industry. I think she said that he was both an actor and I think she said a lighting guy, but I could be wrong. But she did tell me he was in it.
You can't listen to your grandmother. She doesn't know what she's saying a lot.
Hey, don't ruin it for me, all right?
She's very old and senile, and yeah.
No, I believe it.
She is listening, which is why I'm saying it.
Hey, Mrs. Walker, and I remember your mother always being awesome.
The look that he's giving you.
I believe you, Grandma.
And you should.
I knew he was an actor, but I don't recall that about film industry. Okay.
Maybe it was the porn industry.
Snuff. It might have been snuff.
Hey, it's still a film industry.
Still a job in entertainment.
Back then when it was silent films.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, you don't need sound necessarily, but
yeah,
it's very detrimental.
Yeah, it's going a whole different direction.
Yeah, you guys are just perverted and weird.
Yeah, it's all us. It's all us, Tone.
So what else have you guys done while he's been here?
Just vegged out and chilled out and caught up, really.
Yeah.
Hooked up with, my sister Barbara, Aunt Barbara, and my other nephew John and his wife and my niece all went out to dinner last week. And we're all gonna. Well, actually, it's just gonna be us and John and Vicky tonight for dinner.
John,
my nephew John.
Is he also close in age to you?
No, John is.
I think
37 or 38.
38, we think. Yeah.
Who's the guy when we were teenagers? You used to bring a guy around. I thought he was another nephew, but close in age. No, cousin maybe, or you don't know who I'm talking about?
No.
Skinny dude with glasses.
Going back to when?
I'm talking when we were still in school.
80s?
Yeah, I'm talking about the 80s, yeah. He was tall and skinny and had glasses, dark hair. I would swear
Maybe
he was...
that was like a foster brother?
Oh, could that be?
Yeah, that could have been. Because there was I forget his name. Because my mom still took in foster kids when we were in elementary school and probably the beginning of middle school.
And were any of your brothers and sisters hers? You know what I mean? Like
no, me and my brother David are the only ones that were not. What would you call it?
Biological.
Biologically, that's the word I'm looking for.
Oh, so you and David were the only ones adopted?
Yeah.
Oh, and the rest are actually
was foster all his life. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, but the rest of them were.
Yeah.
She actually gave birth to. Okay. But yeah, I would this guy. I would swear you introduced him as some kind of relative. He was around a little bit. I wouldn't say a lot, but I met him more than once. Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know what I think is cool too, though, just to be in an area where there are all these Skelzies. Because living in all the places where I have, like I'm the only Skelzy. It's such a weird last name.
Yeah.
And then you come up here and it's Skelzy this, Skelzy that. You know, hand me the Skelzy, and it's just like, oh, my people.
Hand me the Skelzy. Especially though in Hicksville, because he is one of the mayors of Hicksville.
That's what I keep hearing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I referred to him as Mayor McCheese the other day.
Yeah, I mean, because when you're involved in the fire department, I mean that's just you know everybody. So
a lot of people, no doubt.
Yeah, and again a lifer. So yeah.
Well, I told him and Mary, if they're not careful, I'm probably gonna, since I like to move around a lot, I'm probably gonna show up on their doorstep with a hobo sack. And,
I feel bad. I told Jake when you come, I said the only thing I have to offer you is a couch in the living room. I have no other rooms.
Yep.
They're all,
And I said, thank God I spent my 20s sleeping on a futon, so I'm used to it.
Yeah. Now you're not really a kids guy, but are you an animal lover?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because you got
Absolutely.
what, 2 or 3 dogs?
Oh my God, his dogs! I'm obsessed with his dogs, especially the new puppy that he has.
Yes.
Have you met the puppy?
I have.
Oh my God.
Yep.
She's adorable.
Yeah.
So that's what made me think of it, because sleeping on the couch, I figured that would be the next sentence. You know, we got the couch, but you're sharing it with the dogs.
Yeah.
You know?
They're like, we got an extra dog crate you can sleep in.
So that's cool. And I totally lost my train of thought. I was going to say something. Never. What the hell was it? Oh, well.
I don't know.
Oh, well. That's what I was going to say. That's the thing, like, talking about, like the mayor of Hicksville and whatnot, because there's a few mayors of Hicksville. There's a lot of guys that everybody knows. And that's actually one of the things I still enjoy about Hicksville. And I'm sure other people feel that way about certain towns they grew up in. But, like, I know you don't feel that way about where you grew up. But Hicksville has definitely changed through the years, but I love going. I mean, every time I'm in Hicksville, I still see somebody that I knew.
Yeah.
I bump into somebody, and I just like that. That community feel. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt.
Well, you want to know another observation that I have? I like to think that I'm sort of like an observer. I work in food service. I've been a server for like over 20 years now, so I definitely get a front row seat to human behavior and that sort of thing.
Yeah, sure.
And like I said, all the places that I've lived, all the places that I've worked, one thing that I think is so interesting about New Yorkers, and I don't know if it's like a Long Island thing specifically, as opposed to like city New Yorkers, but it's funny that the rest of the country assumes that New Yorkers have this really like shitty, cocky, impatient attitude, because all of you, I swear, all of you have been the most genuine and honestly the most patient when it comes to situations. I mean, just us in traffic the other day. You handled it like so calmly. Everybody else I know would have been trying to run people over or cursing and like
driving through Times Square holiday season.
But honestly, or even like going out to eat with you guys. So I was telling them the first night that I was here and we all went out to eat to dinner or went out to eat. Sometimes I have a hard time going out to eat with people because they actually stress me out because I'm a server. I watch their bad behavior.
Sure.
I watch how they treat the servers.
Yep.
And I told them I was relieved that all of them passed because not only were they like the perfect customers, but they were so considerate and they looked the server in the eye when they talked to him and they just treated him like a person. And it's the same thing. So I just think it's so funny that people assume that New Yorkers are just like these terrible people, but they're great.
Yep, I agree 100%.
Well, I used to get that when I was younger. If I would travel somewhere in the States or whatever for work or something, being in like Texas or something, like, oh, you're from New York. Do you carry a knife?
Yeah, right.
And I'm like,
oh,
no,
this guy says, which New York are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. Which New York?
I used to have family in Ohio, and I was in Ohio once, and because I visited a lot, and I remember somebody. I don't remember who the guy was, but I was talking to somebody. I forget if it was a friend of a relative or what it was, but they asked me, oh, I hear the accent. Where you from? I said, New York. First thing out of his mouth is, how do you do that there? I'm like, it's not that bad, And it's funny 'cause you say that because
that's how I know New York. I know New York to be nothing but great people. Sure, of course, we've all come across dicks, but I've been in Ohio and have come across dicks. I've been in Hawaii and have come across dicks. Like it, to me, it's to me. There's just as many great people,
absolutely,
as there are shit, and it's no different than anywhere else. And it's just what people talk about, I guess. You know, but like you said, looking the server in the eye, I find that all the time. All you got to do is just look in the eye and just be friendly. Yeah. You know, and it makes such a world of difference. And I do that everywhere, whether I'm on the phone with a telemarketer or if I'm in person at a store. Hi, how are you? Yeah. And I wait for an answer.
Yeah.
It's not just, hi, how you doing? This is what I'm looking for. Like, I make a conscious effort to be nice. What?
What?
I don't know. You're looking at me like you didn't believe me.
No, I was just going to say something.
You actually do that too, actually, yes.
Well, you know, I keep using the word genuine, and that's something I noticed too. Like all of you, all the people I have interacted with out here, you genuinely seem to care about the well-being of another person, whether you know them or not.
Sure.
Whereas I feel like the other places I've lived before, there's that sort of fake facade. Like, I care about what's going on with you, but I actually really don't. I'm still going to put myself first.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's California.
It's also like, DC. It's very big in the DC area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like that's the dynamic. Like what you're saying about how a lot of people think that New Yorkers are very like hard or like tough or something like that. Like I feel like a lot of that is like confused for just like being very honest, really.
Yeah.
Like we always just say what we're thinking.
Yeah,
like, we're always just
which I love. There's so much fakeness out where I
right,
live.
and it's like that's
terrible.
why it's just like there's so much more genuineness. Because if like when he got his glasses, like I straight up told him like I don't like it. You know?
I don't like it either.
Anyone in another state would have just been like, it looks good.
No, in another state they would have been like, oh my god, that looks fabulous, and then turn their back and be like, oh my god, did you see him? He looks like shit.
I didn't have the heart to tell him.
Yeah.
It's like in New York, like it's only place where anyone has the heart to tell someone like, like those are not working for you, buddy.
Yeah,
like,
that's no good. No, don't do that.
Yeah. You know, I actually wait for. When I go out of state, I wait for someone to be like, "Oh, you're from New York," so that I could be like, "Yeah, I'm from New York."
Yeah, right. That's the worst thing. How we're portrayed in the movies.
Yeah.
The accents are just terrible.
Dude, I was at a
You
restaurant.
Go get some coffee.
Yeah. I was in Dallas for trading one time, and I'm in a restaurant, and about to order some food, and the waitress heard my friend and I talk. Oh my God, are you from New York? Yep, Long Island. Can you do me a favor? Can you say something for me?
Yeah, baby.
I was like, yeah. She goes, say get the fuck out of here. I go, come on, get the fuck out of here. She's like, oh my God. You gotta hear him say this. Come here, he's from New York. You gotta hear him say this.
That's fantastic.
Like, oh my God. I'm like, please forget about it. Oh my God!
Forget about it over here.
Like a bada bing, a bada boom.
I'm like, okay.
That's fantastic.
It was hysterical. That's happened on more than one occasion.
I feel like that happens to everyone, even if you're just like on Long Island going into like New York State. Like I went to Lake George earlier this year, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just get a Coke at a restaurant. They're like, oh, well, I can see you guys are not from around here. I'm like, all I asked was for a Coke. Jeez, like.
But the way you say pop, I'll get a pop.
Right, yeah, pop.
Next thing you know, they're bringing an old geezer out from the back of the kitchen going, oh, is this right? It's for you, Laura?
Speaking of, I have a funny story real quick. When I was living in Jersey, I worked at a liquor store very briefly for like 30 seconds. I knew nothing about like wines or booze or that sort of thing. And one day, this older like Latino man comes in, and I can't really understand what he's saying, but I do hear him say Carlos Rossi. And I knew that we had a guy that worked in the back named Carlos. So I picked up the intercom, and I was like, Carlos, I think your grandpa's here. And Carlos comes out, and he's like, my grandpa's dead. What are you talking about? And they were like, you ding dong, he's looking for Carlos Rossi wine. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Oh my God, that's funny.
That's great. So,
see, you should have kept up with Spanish in school.
I know.
Yeah, right. Did you?
No, I never even took it.
No, I dropped out of Spanish. Like I couldn't even.
There is
now
actually
I'm mad at myself.
My one party trick. I do know how to, I do the accent well, and I do have one thing that I remembered, and that is Juro fidelidad a la bandera de los Estados Unidos y América que simboliza una nación bajo a Dios indivisible con libertad y justicia para todos.
The fuck was
They
that?
said something about being invisible.
Indivisible.
Yeah. Oh,
I just
indivisible.
I just did the pledge.
Yeah. As soon as I heard the invisible, I was like, "You did the pledge."
Yeah. Because we had to memorize it in the 10th grade, and that's the only thing I remember.
Oh my God. That was good.
Wow.
That was cool.
That was very good. Actually.
Very impressive.
Accent was on point.
Thank you. Gracias.
You know what that reminded me? The movie I just did, we shot a scene where like a character's on the phone with someone, right? And the person she's on the phone with is supposed to be Spanish. So like they had the actor that was the other person, he wasn't there that day. So I was reading for the guy that she's talking to, and he's a Spanish guy. So he says like a Spanish word, and I had to say it like in an accent, and it was like I was like estofado de pollo or something like that. And then everyone turns to me. They were like, "When did you become Spanish?" I was just like, "I don't know, man. It just kind of happened."
That's it.
It was just funny, like the specific scene it was, because like the girl's supposed to be flirting with the guy. So Candace is like, "Zach, you have to flirt with her when you read these lines with her." Yeah, it was just
So is it going to be weird going home tomorrow?
Yeah, actually, it is. I mean, for many reasons. Just one, because just the climate is so different out there. I like to go from this beautiful, gloomy, gray, cool weather now to this, sweat box. But then, yeah, I mean, just to go back to like being completely by myself again in just my apartment with my dog and my cat and.
All right, we're gonna have to make bets here. Take bets on how soon it is before it comes back to stay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right, you're gonna
no problem anytime.
I think Mary's already trying to kick Sophia out. So that
I think so.
Yeah.
I have to agree with you on that one.
Get him a job at Peppercorns or something. Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, I will say, I mean, I hate working in the food service industry. I'll be honest about that, but. Sadly, the money is great, and it is a job that I could literally move anywhere and do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
yeah. Yep. Fremder, when I was in Spanish, a chick came in pregnant one day because the teacher told her to go home and do an essay. Oh my goodness. Oh, Fremder.
And what's funny is that like that's like a very typical.
That's a typical Fremder answer.
I was gonna say like it's like you hear that a lot about like Spanish kids getting pregnant. I feel like.
Oh.
Like it just. Never mind.
What did you teach him?
Yeah, I don't know what just.
No, it's not. It's an act. Never mind. It's a thing that does happen a lot.
Well, it happens to many people.
No, but it's specifically like Hispanic kids, because like there's a lot of uneducation that I'm not trying to like, come off in like a mean like.
Oh, you mean like there's not a lot of like sex education about?
Yes,
like, how to
that's
be,
what I mean.
yeah.
Like they're just like because they're immigrants that come from another country a lot. They just don't know certain things, so it's like there's a lot of things that kids are not taught about, and it's like it's an actual like issue in the like. I'm not saying this to be like mean or judgmental. Like I'm actually saying like it's a thing that Like I know a lot of like people that can say like I relate to that like it's a genuine like it's an actual thing. I swear like never mind. We're not racist, Fremder. Stop it.
All right, so it's we got about 5 minutes left.
On that note,
yeah, right. How do we get the hell out of here now? What's going on? What's going on this weekend? What do you got going on?
You know what? Nothing. It's my last couple of days of vacation.
Oh, that's right. You've been off this week, yeah.
Yeah. Just gonna. I don't know. I'm sure my wife will find things for me to do that I don't know about yet.
So yeah, when are you off next week then? And are you?
I go back to work Wednesday. So for this month, I have Monday, Tuesdays off.
All right. You let me know.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesdays.
Let me know if you want to do Mondays.
Yeah, right.
Cool.
So if I moved here, would you let me be a guest regularly?
Absolutely.
Okay, well we'll add that to the pros list.
Yeah, I'm always looking for people to hang out. It's tough because it's 11 o'clock during the week. Not a great time for most people. I'm fortunate I get a lot of the comedians that perform in the club. So I am fortunate in that sense. But I
Did you go to the? Wasn't last night the making joke? What is it? What is it called?
Making joke?
Yeah,
is that
making a joke night? You know, when they're trying to figure out new jokes, whatever. It's all right. What did Roach call it?
It was canceled. So we just.
Oh, so it didn't happen. Oh. It's probably because you weren't going to be here. They said, "Fuck it, Tony's not going to be here."
No, I actually was coming. I was going to be here. Me and Chris Thomas were going to come.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's why I'm asking. And I remembered. I'm like, oh shit, when I texted you about going to Strawberry Fields last night.
Oh yeah, that was the thing. It was already canceled. That I had. I had to take my daughter to work.
Yeah.
Sometimes I take her home, so I had to be around. But I figured, she works at that building in Hicksville, so I figured if I came here, it would be close. Or if I didn't have to take her home, well, then I'd be able to just come here after I drop her off.
If they reschedule, let me know.
I will. Chris was going to come. There were a few of us that were going to come, so I was disappointed. It was, and I know Roach. This is Roach's baby. He came up with the whole thing, so I know he's really trying to push it and make it, turn it into something. So, I was a little upset.
I've never seen him do a show.
You know who he is. You've met him.
I know he is. I met him. I went to two of the tapings of Kevin Can't Wait.
Right
over in Bethpage there.
Yep.
So I know him from that, and I saw him on the train. I told you about the story when I saw him on the train. Said, my buddy Tony over at Governor. He said, is that the guy with one leg? I said, yeah. He goes, oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just he was just here the other night. I was hanging with him. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about. I didn't think the show was very good, but Kevin Can Wait. But the fact that he filmed it here and gave Long Islanders, a bunch of Long Islanders work.
They just went in the wrong direction with it, I think.
Killing off the wife was stupid.
Why did they do that? I was just reading one of those BuzzFeed
You're not
going to
recreate.
You're
not going to recreate
King of Queens
by bringing on Leah Remini, who love her, hot,
sure,
cool, but I didn't see
it was
the
still
need
a bad
to do
move.
that.
By the way, I'm obsessed with Leah Remini trying to take on Scientology. I will watch all of that all day, every day.
Is she still doing that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's something, man.
Speaking of Scientology, lost Kirstie Alley.
Yep.
Oh, was she a Scientologist?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't.
In fact, Leah Remini just had a comment about her passing. I didn't get to see what it was. I'm sure it wasn't negative. I'm sure it was a good comment. But
really?
Yeah,
I didn't
Kirstie
know
Alley was big into that. She was hot when she was on Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
sad end, though. It was a really quick, sad end.
I guess, it was colon cancer they're saying. I guess they didn't know. She didn't know she had it, I guess?
No, it was found earlier this year. So clearly, again, PSA, get yourself checked regularly. That's, it's such a preventable thing.
Yeah.
But she was, I liked her. She was a good actress, I thought.
I was surprised to learn how old she was.
Yeah.
71. I don't know. It's just not. I mean, it makes sense when you think about it. She's been around since the early 80s, but it just didn't. I think we said it before we went on the air, just how fast time goes. So it's just weird to me to think of.
That's why I said I didn't think it was 18 years since Jake and I saw each other. Didn't feel like that at all.
Right.
I'm like,
I have a cousin. The last time I saw her, she was like 11, and now she's like a full-grown woman. Like, how did that even happen?
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Wow. And then staying with Jeff probably felt like 18 years.
What the fuck, man? You're lucky Zach's in between.
18 years. So yeah, you were 4 18 years ago. I'm talking to you. Yeah.
See, he wasn't talking to me. I wasn't 4.
I was like thinking in my head. I'm like, how are these guys 4? And then I realized, I'm like, wait, maybe he's talking about me. I was 4 18 years ago.
Yeah. What's up with you this weekend? What are you doing?
With me? What's this weekend? So tomorrow, Saturday, next day, Sunday. So Sunday, I'm going to be filming a church concert, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What? You said so the latest project was you wrapped up another Christmas movie. So
yeah,
how does this work? Is this gonna just sit until next Christmas, or they're not getting it out now before this Christmas, right?
No, it's definitely not enough.
So
time.
it'll get edited.
Yeah, my assumption next Christmas.
Wow.
There's no other time that makes sense to.
Right. So that's just I'm just surprised. That's a long time now to sit on a project, right?
Long post-production.
I guess. But
Yeah,
I
but
don't know,
post-production won't take a year.
No, that's
It's,
what I'm saying. That'd be a long post-production.
Yeah.
It's
But,
more
you know.
normal than it actually sounds, I guess.
Is that
Like,
right? Yeah.
You know, when it comes to like deals with studios, and it's like, a part of it is also because we have like 13 films lined up to make next year. So it's like, when else would we have made this one?
Oh, okay.
And then it's like there's so many deals that like you know, it's like normal when it comes to like studios and the deals that they make with the directors and producers, because it's like, you know, everyone's signing contracts and you're trying to like live up to what everyone's contract is stating, and it's like, you know, this is a contract with like a studio for a specific like this is like a specific, you know, you're catering to a certain audience. You know, you have to make the film a certain way. It has to air at a certain time. So, you know, there's all these like regulations and shit. You know, that's like the part about film that gets like really annoying and shit. You know, I don't even know everything that Candace has to deal with for that.
Yeah, sure.
So it's like I always know when going on to these films, like I bet there's so much on her mind with all these deals. It's stressing her out.
Now you have 13 projects lined up with
Something
working
like
with
that.
her.
Something like that.
Now, are all these the same thing where they have to find a home, or are some of these already set to play somewhere, whether it's on a streaming service or in a theater or something?
I believe she already has like deals worked out for these.
Oh yeah.
Like there was, I don't know, there were like at least like 5 times during this where she said, "I just got another call for another movie deal," and like she was getting more and more stressed out with each call, because then it's just like another movie on top of like what we already have to do or something.
Sure.
So I think she has like all this stuff worked out or being worked out.
And
there's
now,
like someone who's like she might like be like merging her company with someone, but I don't know if that's official.
Yeah,
yet.
we can't. We can't.
Yeah, I guess
talk
I
about
shouldn't.
that.
Yeah.
Now I know in some of the projects you've done with her, you've had comedian Carrie Louise.
Yeah.
Carrie Louise is a great comedian.
She's
Her husband
so funny.
Her husband is Tom Cotter, who's another great comedian. He was on America's Got Talent.
Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up.
He was on Put Up, Shut Up,
Yeah.
Stand Up. He's been in here with me. I
Okay.
think I told you he was in here one night on a Saturday when he was performing in the club, and we're in here, and he walked by. He pulled his pants down as he walked by. So as we're sitting there doing the show, and we see him when he's walking, and we got it on the camera too, which was great.
Wow.
But anybody else that we might know in any of these films? Do you know?
Let's see.
Or no?
I don't know. I'm trying to think who you would. Well, would you know of Naomi Matsuda?
No.
Is she?
No.
So, she, not in any film like the one that we just did. She was in that. She's fairly well known. I'm sure that there's someone out there that knows her.
Now, do any of these films involve a one-legged guy? Because
Not yet.
All right. Well, tell Candace to write something with a one-legged guy so that I can be in a movie. You do that.
What's the plan?
Who has a friend with,
That's we could. Yeah, we could make a real train wreck of a movie,
yeah,
right?
We could.
Between your fingers and my leg.
Yeah.
Wait, and the back of my head is flat. Can I be in the movie too?
The back of your head is flat?
It is, yeah, and nobody ever believes me when I tell them that. Because everybody's like, oh, well, everybody has a flat spot on their head. No, I actually, I think I must have been one of those babies that,
Your
wasn't...
mom always had you on your back.
Yeah,
a lot.
and nowadays they have those, little helmets that you give kids.
Right.
I'm like, where was my helmet? And so, every time I go to a new barber, I'm like, please, leave this spot fuller, because it's flat back there. And they're like, what are you talking about? And then they shave it, and they're like, oh, I see what you mean now.
Come on,
Yeah,
really?
I should let you feel it when we're done here. It's flat back here.
Wow. I actually did think you were joking. But
Yeah, no,
wow.
it's flat. Yeah. And I laugh about it, but to be honest with you, I look at all of you with your perfectly rounded heads, and no, that's
You're jealous?
It's been a touchy subject for me my entire life.
You got all 4 limbs, pal.
I know, yeah, that's true. That's true.
What? I'm going to toot my own horn here. The only time I ever got suspended in school is because I beat up Rob Gill for making fun of his hands.
Aw.
That's right.
Nice.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Mr. Petrelli, he was the one who.
Oh yeah, Mr. Petrelli.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Al Petrelli before
was-
with Trans-Siberian.
He was a
Orchestra.
scary dude.
He
As a
was
little kid, he's a scary dude, but then you can really learn as a big teddy bear.
Yeah, absolutely. From the fun movie fact is that VFX companies will sometimes go bankrupt just to get a movie title under their belt and reopen under another name. What the hell does that mean? Why are we going bankrupt? Get them a movie title under their belt, or they'll get a movie and spend money on it. I don't know what. I
don't
never
know
know
if
what
he's trying to say if they have a bad rep or something, they'll purposely
I
throw
never know what
themselves
Frender's
under
talking
and-
about.
I never know.
Rebrand themselves? I don't.
I
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's.
And if your director ever needs aerial footage, I do fly drones. I do.
Oh, we were talking about, yesterday, John Lennon and all. I saw a picture on the internet maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago where somebody took a picture of McCartney and it said, arriving at JFK Airport this morning. Paul, were you there? No,
Didn't see that. No.
Oh, you didn't even know about
No.
it? Oh.
Well, what's interesting, though, it's pretty cool. British Airways just moved over into my terminal.
Oh, that sounded very dirty.
Yeah. And usually, last time, on 9/11, he was on the Concorde about to take off.
That's true, yeah.
So he's a British Airways regular. It
Oh, is that
seems.
right?
So
Yeah. There you go.
Just might be. I saw him once in my terminal. He was flying American. I almost passed out. I told you that.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was like, he's walking by me, and I'm like,
no, you see, you
all of a
can't.
sudden I was like, I had to lean on something. I'm like, what the fuck? 'Cause I didn't know. Dude,
Yeah.
Next thing I know, he's walking. He's this close to me, like you are, and I'm like,
No, you got to keep your wits about you and say, hey, Paul, if you have a few minutes, I co-host a show.
I cannot do that while I'm in company uniform.
Well, nobody's gonna know.
I will get fired. No, he's escorted.
Oh,
He's escorted by officials.
Oh, really? How many officials would escort somebody like him?
Oh, when I saw he was with his wife Mary Cheval.
She's hot.
So there was probably like 4 other people walking with them.
Oh wow!
And he's on his phone. He was on his phone talking. He was tall. I was like, either that.
Oh,
or
is he tall?
Either that, or I just like I got this odd, ocular vision coming out, and I was just like,
wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now Ringo, he's like my height.
Right.
Maybe
Yeah.
a couple inches.
And him, you actually talked to. You didn't almost pass out with Ringo.
No, because
it's just Ringo.
I heard, I got word that this is 20-something years ago that he was coming, so I was able to.
Oh, you prepared yourself.
I was prepared. Yes.
Yeah,
and he was cool. He was nice. He was stop, shake your hand, just don't ask for an autograph.
How does one prepare themselves to meet a Beatle?
I don't know. It was 20-something years ago. I don't even know how.
Yeah.
Thank God I prepared, because if I didn't know and it was like Paul McCartney, it was a different story. I telling you, no shit, man. When he walked past me, I didn't expect it. My fucking heart started going.
Really?
I got dizzy.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
Dizzy?
Yeah.
What are you, a 14-year-old girl?
Dizzy, dude. I didn't expect anything, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Right on top of me, Peter. I was like, "Holy shit!" So I was kind of pissed off. I didn't expect it too. At the same time, so I took it in a little more, Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying. I know.
Yeah, I mean, I get, it's one of those things I can't comment unless I've experienced it. Yeah. You freak. What?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Let's be real. You'd be even worse. Let's be real. Let's be real. Ever since I was born, I think it was I would say probably for the first 6 or 7 years of my life, the only music I ever heard from this guy was Beatles. And then he started playing other people's music.
Of course, the
only music I ever heard for the first 7 years was just Beatles.
I'm good at this. Well, because I used to show you guys the Yellow Submarine movie. That's probably what you're thinking of.
Yeah, but you stopped showing me that when I was 5 or something. You still kept playing Beatles music, for yourself.
I can relate to that. I can relate to that because as a kid, my mom always played the oldies station, in the car and at home and everything. So up until about the second grade, I actually thought that was the popular music of the day.
Right.
So
Well, it is.
So you can imagine the first time I heard Michael Jackson, Madonna, right. my brain just exploded.
Or Weird Al.
Right.
See that? We bring it all full circle. There we go. All right. Jake.
Let's do it.
Jeff. Zach. Thank you guys for hanging out today.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm going to say it's nice meeting you, but he's moving back in no time. He's moving here in no time, so we're going to see him again real soon. New York Girl wants to know if we've seen Across the Universe. What, the movie?
I was just trying to make him watch that.
Yeah. I've only seen a little bit of it, and I was not impressed. You liked it?
I mean, I didn't love it, but I think it's interesting to see what they did with the music to make a story
I'll
out
give
of
you
it.
that.
But I didn't love it.
So you've never seen it?
No, we started watching it yesterday, and like I said, it was kind of interesting what they did with the music.
Yeah.
I'm not a musical person when it comes to watching movies. I'd rather go to Broadway and see something.
Oh,
as far
okay.
as sitting home, it's not my thing, but it's pretty interesting so far. I'm gonna watch it. We got 45 minutes left. I'm gonna watch it right to the end.
Yeah, sure.
Because the storyline is
I thought yesterday was better.
Oh, yesterday was
yesterday
yesterday.
Yesterday was good. I thought it was Yeah, it was all right.
Paul gave it 2 thumbs up.
Did he?
He was snuck into a movie theater, him and his wife.
Oh, is that right?
Just after everybody was seated, they snuck him in a different door, and he sat just in the back row.
Oh, really?
Nobody knew he was there.
A friend of mine, I forget what play. This is pre-pandemic, but maybe just a year or two before the pandemic. She went to go see a Broadway show. Boom, here he comes. Sat right in front of her.
Oh shit!
She got pictures.
Wow.
And I shouldn't say pictures. She took, I think, maybe 2
without him knowing.
Well, the second one, he's looking right at her, and yeah, he is pissed. So she's like, yeah, that was it. I didn't bother him again after that. She may have tried to apologize, I think, but yeah, she said he didn't even like. It wasn't like he wasn't like, okay, don't worry about it. She said he was mad. But yeah,
I guess after that happening for like the last 60 years of your life, it could get.
I'm sure there's.
It's like, all right, that's enough.
I'm sure there's. I mean, with anybody, I'm sure there's moments where you're like, I'm trying to enjoy my night out with my family. Leave me the hell alone. But from there, Paul McCartney and Angela Lansbury are the same people. Shut up. It's a New York Girl your husband worked on Across the Universe. Oh, that's cool. What didn't your husband work on? Her husband.
And then she's saying he took home one of the blue mini costumes.
It is huge. She says, "Oh, that's cool." Oh, I've been to your house, New York Girl. You never showed me that. You should wear it when I'm there.
Who is New York Girl?
I'll tell you later. She doesn't like it being known on the air. She's special. All right. We're out of here. Today is Friday, so we're done. Tonight at 8 o'clock, we got Donversations that will be running, and then we're not doing anything in here this weekend, so we'll be back Monday. Monday we'll be back here at 11 a.m. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Once again, you see the graphic right above my head. Please share the link to this show on all your social media places. Please follow the Twitch feed. We appreciate the support. I see some people just did like it. Thank you very much for the support. We're trying to build the numbers up, trying to build this, turn it into something. The better numbers we have, the better I can get. I can get better guests when I tell them we have bigger numbers.
And you have to have a Twitch account.
That's correct.
I didn't know that until a few weeks ago. I thought I could go on Twitch and look it up. But Twitch account, people.
Well,
sign up.
Well, to follow and to comment.
Well,
you can watch the show, but you can't.
Right.
But
I got it.
you have to follow and comment. To be a part of it. Tony, you need to learn how to raid so you can get raided back. Yes, I was just talking about that yesterday here on the show that I need to figure out how to raid other shows on Twitch so they'll raid back and we'll build audiences. Yeah, I'm maybe next week I'll spend some time trying to figure that out. It's tough with the holiday season. Excuse me, but I'm going to try it. All right, everybody have a great weekend. We'll be back. Monday morning. Thank you guys again.
Bye. Thank you for having us.
All right, we'll
Ciao.
see you guys later. Bye.